good did that feel?
It felt great. Felt great. Is like the way the whole, well, these last 48 hours have been with the way we played, grinding out last night, going overtime, losing. Disappointment with that, then coming into this game, the back and forth, just grinding out mentality we had and resilience we showed to even give ourselves a chance, in the second half was impressive. It reminds you to keep the big picture perspective on what we're trying to do, but also, realize what it takes to continue to try to win at this level. And I just like the way we fought. Everybody contributed down the stretch leading up to the shot to give us, a chance. Defensively, Loon and Otto were awesome, protecting the paint, flying around, rebounding, blocking shots. JP hit 2 big shots in the fourth. Wiggs came in, was posting up everywhere. You get a stop, 5 seconds left, and then you just try to end it. So it was a good vibe. We needed it, obviously. We got to try to build on it and bring some joy back.
Did you know exactly what you were going to do, what spot you were going to get to there, and did you ask Steve not to bring help, not to bring a screener? Did you just kind of want to go isolation there?
No, I mean, it was a play that we drew up to try to keep it a little bit more simple than we did last night, where we had a lot of action and a lot of screens and a lot of traffic. I was kind of the main option, but not the first option, if that makes sense. No, tonight, where obviously I didn't move until I went to go get the ball, and we tried to create some distractions that hopefully, get me to space. And then from there, it's just staying calm and knowing you have 5 seconds to get one shot up and just trying to get a good look and live with it. And thankfully I did.
Steve said you live by the motto, the next one's going in. And I think the way he put it was you understand the power of that motto. Can you sort of elaborate on that? And in the context of starting out, 0 for 10 tonight, and then sitting here with having hit the game winner?
I've had that my whole life, just the confidence and work that you put in, but Coach McKillop at Davidson taught me next play mentality is what I call it, and still live by it. Clay talked about it with the way he shoots, but it's the same way, thought process in terms of no matter how the game's going, stay locked in. The work will show eventually. And the worst thing you could do is shy away from that next opportunity, no matter what it is, whether it's taking a shot, whether it's staying engaged defensively, trying to play make, whatever it is, stay locked in, knowing that you know what you're doing out there, no matter how the game's going. So try to live by it. There's a reason I joked about it before, but the reason I can go 0 for 11 from 3 in one game and come back the next game and have a breakout type performance, because again, the work will show eventually.
When the ball goes down, are you at some moment realizing it's your first ever walk off? When did that hit you? And is it sort of amazing to you that that's your first ever, and I guess since high school, that you have not had one like that?
It's just how the game kind of goes. I hit some shots that 0.1, 0.4, 1 second, whatever it is, big shots, but it's a different feeling when it's the walk-off. It's good to know what that feels like finally. I didn't realize it until Raymond and Brett played the best defense of the night, trying not to let me go through the tunnel. It's been 7 years since they've been tested like that, and they failed last time I heard with Andre in Atlanta. And he got all the way to the locker room, and they weren't going to let that happen again. So that's when I realized and kind of came to.
Were you really going to run into the tunnel?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And he's just too physically imposing to get around, or what?
Yeah, well, he brought back up.
There was obviously a huge celebration. You kind of went crazy. Your teammates kind of went crazy. Was that kind of an emotional release just from the last few weeks of play, or is from last night, or what was that?
just from last night, where like we know we dropped the ball last night, and for 30 minutes or so, like this game was kind of all over the place. And there's throughout the course of the season, like you can go through different dry spells, and like we're second in the West and we're fine. Like we obviously know we have to play better if we're going to try to win a championship, but there are different ways to lose basketball games, and last night didn't sit well with any of us. We had a good talk in our pregame meeting about what we need to do. But there's always that uneasiness of like knowing what you have to do and then going out and doing it, and then dealing with adversity in the game that you're trying to show up and trying to bounce back, and that's what tonight was. And even down, I think it was 9 when Garrison hit the and 1-3, and we came back in 3 straight stops, 3 straight buckets. They call a timeout. We're down 2. Like that's when the vibe started to pick up, and proud of the way we handled that because could have folded. And we didn't, and everybody contributed to that. It wasn't just my shot. Like the fact that I had a chance to win it was because everybody stayed locked in, stayed focused, and competed. That's a great sign in terms of what we're trying to build on.
And are you just going to play 39?
It's always so impressive, Darrell,